this on?
It's set on!
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of What's Wrong with Wrestling. I'm Andrew Pisano, along with my brother Joe Pisano and Eric Slamilton Hamilton. Now, before we get into the podcast, we'd like to have a moment of silence for the WWE wrestlers who were released last week. Moment of silence, thank you.
All right, that's good enough.
Eric, please. Eric.
Have some
Jesus
respect.
Christ.
Bro, he was the monster among monsters.
Eric, you paid for like half of these wrestlers' autographs, and you're not
Yeah.
gonna honor them right now?
Cora
Jeez,
Jade's
Eric.
like the next big thing.
On OnlyFans.
Disrespect.
Yeah. She's going to be the next big thing on OF pretty soon.
Probably.
Yeah. Sure, geez.
Shayna Baszler, she's paid her dues.
I can't believe... we all owe...
Hopefully she's paid her rent. Am I right?
One of my favorite things on Twitter, of all the things that I saw fans tweet, one of my favorite things was, we all owe Vince McMahon an apology. I was like, yeah, because he never released anyone. He never allegedly raped or shit on someone.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Right. Come
Are
on.
you guys forgetting how many people Vince McMahon fired? There's
Right.
no difference here. They're just a company.
During the Vince era, hey, just send her shit. No, here, just send it in this.
Yeah.
But that's
Mickey
shit.
James trash bag. Right. Like,
That's
Vince, that's just your poop.
We owe Vince an apology.
like
Yeah.
I understand. We get into this every time. I understand the outrage, but this is a business.
Right.
If they,
Have you been laid off before?
I have.
Joe,
I've
have you
been
been laid
furloughed.
off?
Sure.
Yeah, just like every fucking person in this country.
Right.
I have as well. Everyone's been laid off.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
It happens.
Did you buy a Braun Strowman shirt? No? Well, guess whose fault it is, Mark?
Well, guess what, Marks? They're on sale now.
Well,
Oh, wait.
they haven't
Oh,
been
wait.
moved to clearance.
They were
yet.
always on sale. Never mind. Sorry.
Since the day they debuted.
Right.
They've been on sale.
You got to get your
Queen of Hearts.
quadruple large just to compensate, you know,
That's right.
because it's
Right.
Braun Strowman.
I mean, I literally said this last week. I said that they need to do cuts.
You said you did predict it. That's true.
I mean,
Blame Eric, Marks.
It's all Eric's fault.
I'll fucking take. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I mean,
Take it.
some of these were people that were brought back after being fired already.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
and
it's-
then not used properly.
Look, honestly,
Braun's the best example. You
Yeah,
have this monster.
100%.
He's all you need to do is you make him a heel, and then the baby face can go over on a big title defense. And
Yeah.
no, he's just a happy-go-lucky,
right? He's
monster.
the happiest, friendliest fucking monster. Choo choo.
He goes to your baby showers.
He can't hardly run anymore. He can't go more than 5 minutes.
Right.
I mean, let's be honest. The only one that I was a little surprised at was Dakota Kai. Because,
Not really. She just recently spoke out against the company.
well, yeah,
So-
I mean,
And
that
she's
is-
hurt more than she's on the active roster. I'm
Right,
sorry,
exactly.
when you're a 1099 employee and you can't work, guess what? You're fired.
Yeah,
You're
right.
fired.
I mean, it's like, I really like Cora Jade. I think she has a lot of potential. But if you break it down, she has been injured
Yeah.
3
Same.
times in 3 years?
Right.
4 years?
I mean, she's very... we're going to get into everything later. She's very pretty, but like, you know, it's not like you could tell me your favorite Cora Jade match. She doesn't have much
Right.
charisma on the mic. That's
Yeah.
a problem.
Sure.
But the good news for her is she's still very young. Who's the name that got released years ago and then he came back and now he's one of the biggest stars of the company? Drew McIntyre.
Exactly.
So it is possible. Cody Rhodes was Stardust and then he came back and became the biggest star in the company.
Right.
So it
Exactly.
is possible. I think WWE does this stuff on purpose to be like, all right, this is your time.
This
Go
is-
sink or swim.
Right, and
go
I-
hone your craft somewhere else and show that you could survive on your own without us.
And when we get into it, you know, I've got some stuff that was like tweeted and
Yes.
you know,
Right.
There's
There's a
life.
lot of-
It's life.
There's a lot of... It's a big show.
Yeah.
Because we've got a lot to do. We even have to give our predictions for Backlash.
Ah, fuck.
Holy shit. We'll see if Joe could hold on to the title that he just won.
No.
Maybe.
Probably not.
But
Backlash.
first...
I am the Sasha Banks of this podcast.
Yeah.
First, we have to thank a couple new patrons. So thank you to Kidioto and Queen Sheba Kills.
Wow.
Yeah, she does.
Wow, all right.
So yeah,
Inside joke.
I guess. Go to patreon.com/What's Wrong with Wrestling. We've got over 700 bonus podcasts that you can't see or listen to anywhere else. You also get this show ad-free. And before it comes out publicly, you get the weekly Monday Night War podcast, the weekly AEW NXT podcast. You get all the pay-per-view recaps, including WrestleMania 41 and Backlash this Saturday night. And you get all the brackets, including parts 1, 2, and 3 of the worst promo bracket.
And let me just say, you know, I'm always singing the praises of the Monday Night War. I listen every week. I love it. Like, if you've been holding out to wait till it's good,
You're right.
Austin 316 just happened.
That's true.
That was covered on last week's episode.
And in a couple
King
more
of the
weeks.
Ring 96.
Yeah, and then in just a couple more weeks.
New world order.
For life.
And then, I mean, after that, it just takes off.
Are you like, hey, you know, like I used to be a huge Hulk Hogan fan. It sucks how much he sucks now.
Yeah.
Well, come watch the Monday Night Wars with us.
Yeah.
He's about to get good again.
Yeah.
Like the best run of his career, really.
Yeah, right.
He's about to cut the best promo of his career, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
You want me to go heel, brother? How am I supposed to do that?
Yeah.
Just be yourself out
Like-
there.
Like, this is where the hokey...
Who am I, dude?
This is where the hokey Saturday morning cartoon version of wrestling basically ends.
Right.
You know, before you know
True.
it, DX is going to be showing up.
Yeah.
They're going to be in the mix. You're going to have the Nation of Domination.
Right. And then Hogan's like, let me practice being a heel. Hey, before I talk, you got to tell those staffers to shut up if they want to hear what I have to say. Hulk, that's pretty good. Why don't you use that?
But instead of staffers, he said a different word that starts with a different letter. So,
Right.
Wow.
Probably.
probably.
You know, he can't deny it anymore. So
Yeah, that's true.
go to patreon.com/What's Wrong with Wrestling. Go sign up. Give it a try. We've got over 900 patrons.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right, SmackDown opens backstage, and Damian Priest arrives, and he gets right into it with Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa while refs and officials get in the middle. LA Knight then walks past them. He heads right to the ring, and he talks about Solo, Fatu, and Priest ruining his #1 contender match against Drew last week. So Priest comes out and defends his actions for attacking Drew McIntyre. Fans online said Priest looked like he was like just done crying because all the releases, they always come out like 2 hours before SmackDown.
Oh, yeah.
I guess that's part of like their ploy, like get people excited for SmackDown by announcing releases.
Excited.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Guess
But
what you're
like-
not going to see this week?
Priest's girlfriend was just released, and
Yeah.
again, we'll talk about more of that later. But
And they are dating, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because that's
they're
why
always-
I said girlfriend.
They're always in. Well, like some people are like, no, they're just really good friends. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, I mean, wrestling's kind of like theater class in Hollywood. They could just be fucking, you know, like
they could
there's-
be. Yeah. She's like,
But
I'll
no,
let
they-
you fuck me if you show up in my TikToks.
But
It's like,
they've, yeah, they've posted photos together and stuff.
Yeah.
So you know, so yeah, Priest or Knight says the match ended because of you, but Priest says Solo gave you the Samoan spike, so I saved you from eating a claymore and losing the match. Knight says you don't know what was going to happen. Just because you lost to Drew doesn't mean I would have too. Priest says maybe if your head wasn't up your ass at Mania, you'd still be champion. So Knight threatens him, and Priest suggests they have their match right now, and Knight agrees. Knight
yeah.
versus Priest. They're like, fuck, our main event is the first match. What are we going to do? And, well, they don't really figure it out that much.
no.
The expiration date on LA Knight being a main eventer is getting near.
Oh, yeah.
They still pop for him.
Yeah.
If they were ever, and I get it, it's crowded as hell up there.
Yeah.
I mean,
It is.
There are a lot of big names that haven't held that title in a while. Big
Or at
names
all.
that need to hold it, right? And so it's like you at least have to bring him into the picture somehow, unless you just want him to be a mid-carder and then released in a year.
That's it.
Right.
Which is
I don't think
probably-
he'll be released, but I think this is where he's staying.
Yeah.
He's had multiple world title shots.
Yeah.
He lost to
Yeah.
Roman.
Lost to Roman again.
Lost to Roman again. Yeah. Well,
Right.
at least we could think of that
I
one.
mean, he hasn't fought anyone where you're like, you know, he could maybe win this.
He's never gonna win a world title.
Yeah.
He's already in his 40s. I don't see it happening.
Yeah.
And he's he's down there on the in terms of like where you are, right?
Right.
His height's done, I think.
I mean, it's like, really? Priest gets to be a world champ and LA Knight never does?
Yeah. It's true. And Priest is up there too, but he's got the Bad Bunny connection. Knight needs to become best friends with a very famous rapper. That's what needs to happen.
Obviously.
And the rapper needs to be like, hey, I'll be part of the show if Knight wins a world title. And they'll be like, all right, I guess we're doing that tomorrow.
Yep. Right.
That's how that works.
Hey, I like Feed.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, he's with Cena.
Hey,
already.
Cena,
damn.
fuck off. We need that back.
Yeah. So, all right, Knight versus Priest. Knight went for the elbow, but Priest kind of caught him by the throat and went for South of Heaven, but Knight avoided it. Priest still hit a big clothesline. Then Priest hits the Razor's Edge that never beats anyone.
No.
Then he went to the top rope, but Knight jumped up there to hit a superplex. And then after 15 minutes or so, Solo attacks Priest and Knight for the DQ.
I thought it was
like
a good
every
match.
Yeah.
Except for obviously the DQ ending.
Right.
You guys had a
Right.
good match.
But everyone that's involved in this U.S. title lately has, it's been a DQ because of what's leading up to it.
Sure.
Solo goes for the Samoan spike on Knight, but Priest saves him, and Knight lays Solo out with the BFT. Priest was about to choke slam Solo through the announce table, but Fatu ran out and hit Priest with a suicide dive. Then he gave Knight a Samoan drop on the table. He gave Priest the hip attack on the barricade. And then backstage, Nick Aldis tells Fatu that he's going to be defending the U.S. title against Priest and Knight at Backlash. But then Solo says, technically Drew won last week, so it should be him. And Aldis says, you're right. Let's make it a fatal four-way match.
Dun, dun, dun.
Meanwhile, Fatu's like, I don't give a fuck, and walks away.
Yeah, basically.
And then Solo tells Aldis, you're trying to screw Jacob over, but Aldis says, no, Solo, you are. So,
Dun, dun, dun. Plant the seeds.
it's a screw job that we know is going to happen, right?
And I mean, do you really want to see Jacob versus Solo?
No, I don't want to see Solo, period.
Yeah, right.
Do you want to see Solo versus anyone? The answer, survey says,
No.
it's a no.
Right.
Not even Bobby Lashley wants to see that. Solo's done, man.
Yeah.
Like, he was never that good to begin with as the leader of the bloodline, and
Right. They gave him that shot, and he just kind of like, what do I do?
at best, he could just be the quiet enforcer.
Yeah.
But now Jacob Fatu was that, and he's more over than him, so it's done for Solo.
100%. Right.
It's over for Solo.
Yeah.
Solo beat John Cena.
I know.
Like on a Saudi show, I think. It was a
Saudi-mania.
pay-per-view.
Yep.
He beat John Cena.
Yeah.
The people that beat John Cena went nowhere. Like Austin Theory got to beat John Cena at Mania.
In front of like
And we were
Make-A-Wish
like,
kids.
he doesn't deserve it, but he got it, and then it went nowhere because,
Yeah, right.
he's just not that talented.
Solo was just this wild animal until Roman left, and then he became this very eloquent speaking guy who takes over the bloodline.
Right.
It's like now Jacob's kind of going through that transformation.
All
He was
right,
a psycho.
Solo, it's your turn to talk.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. We've got Fraxium versus Pretty Shitty.
Blah, blah, blah.
Pretty Shitty are heels again after
Yeah,
being
what happened?
faces for the last couple of months, but
Yeah.
now that the whole DIY feud's over, they're just back to being heels.
Yuck.
Frazier hit Prince with a shooting star press, but he elbowed Prince in the mouth in the process, and Prince forgot to kick out after two. I guess because he was a bloody mess, but it's
Sure.
like, I understand you're fucked up right here, but you still have to kick out and pay attention.
Maybe
Yes.
he's knocked out a little.
Maybe. Wilson gave Frazier a sit-down powerbomb, then Frazier kicked out after two, but the ref counted three. She went 1, 2, kick out, 3. She slapped her hand on the mat.
Yeah.
So she fucking didn't know what was going. I guess she thought it was
Ouch.
ending there.
Well,
A sit-down powerbomb. But the match continued, and then Axiom gave Wilson the Spanish Fly, and Frazier hit the Phoenix Splash for the win. Fraxium wins, of course.
Of course.
They're the new guys. They got to win for a while. And maybe they'll beat the Street Pro. I don't know. Who knows?
ugh.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't like these guys. Whatever.
I mean, they're fine.
They're
Their
fine.
matches are, like they could do moves and shit.
Yeah, they can do moves, like they'll give you a fun match.
They're just not exciting.
Yeah.
They're not adding to the tag team division.
Is anyone?
No, that's the problem.
Right.
Next up, we've got an in-ring promo from Nia Jax. That's another one right there, yeah. No, Granny Nia,
The
go
second
away.
she opened her mouth,
Yeah. Well, she wants back the women's championship, but then out comes Tiffany Stratton. And Tiffy tells Nia that she'll defend the title anytime, any place, anywhere. And then Naomi comes out.
Enough!
But all right. All right, Naomi. Let's see what she has to say.
no.
Oh, looky.
Okay, never mind. Sorry. Anyways,
Award nominee.
Naomi wants a title shot, and then Jade Cargill comes out, and thankfully she doesn't say anything. She just fights Naomi while Tiffy fights Nia. The good girls knock out the bad girls, and then Nick Aldis comes out and does his Teddy Long impression to make a tag team match for the main event.
The main event.
The main
is
event.
A nothing tag team match.
Yeah.
But
For now, we've got The Miz versus Aleister Black with Carmelo Hayes ringside with his Andre the Giant necklace that he calls Dre.
yeah.
Most of the wrestlers got to be pissed.
So they turn the trophy into a necklace.
Yeah. That's it.
Cool.
Right? We may never see that trophy again, which is a good thing, honestly.
Yeah, that's fine.
You just
Maybe
just win the
whoever wins
necklace.
next year, you gotta wear the necklace. It's like the dynamite diamond ring.
Yeah. But Aleister, we talked about last week how he still has his music, still has his entrance. Most of the wrestlers have to be pissed that he gets to keep his cool music and everyone else gets that generic Def Rebel bullshit.
Yeah.
How is this possible?
I know.
Right.
It's crazy.
I want to know answers on this music shit.
Maybe Aleister has a good agent. He'll agree
Right.
to come back, but he wants to keep his music.
Yeah.
We have to pay CFO, but I get, all right, we're paying them for AJ Styles, but is Aleister AJ Styles?
But if it's that easy, come on, man.
For sure.
What kind of
I mean,
deal
what-
with these
what did
guys?
the-
You're a $1 trillion company.
What did
Yeah.
CFO money charge? $1,000? Yeah, you can have it forever. You know?
It's a-
Well, obviously not.
Yeah.
It's obviously not.
I don't. Yeah, that's
In the
problem
music
here.
industry, you have to pay for every time you use it.
Well, yeah.
So
They're a hungry young band. In
Again.
fact, they're lending us this song for a sandwich.
yeah, I mean, look, they're smart. You know,
Yeah.
they made a good deal, but that's the music business.
It is.
So Miz charged at Aleister to start the match, and Aleister went for the Black Mass, but Miz barely avoided it. Miz then did the Miz kicks, but Black laughed to no-sell them. He's like, I was getting the real ones back in AEW, so
Yeah.
this is bullshit.
Right.
It's crazy that he still does them. Like,
I
this
know.
feud with Daniel Bryan was like 8 years ago.
Right.
It's fucking crazy. Then Miz went for the skull-crushing finale, but Black did a cartwheel to avoid it.
That was interesting.
That was good. Miz charged, but Aleister hit a jumping Black Mass, and then he lifted Miz up with his foot. Mello hopped on the apron. Black went after him. Miz went for a roll-up, but Aleister kicked out and hit the Black Mass for the win. And this one was much better than the one he did when he first arrived.
Yeah,
where
for
he just
sure.
hit Miz in the shoulder.
Yeah. No, this one was fucking dead.
Yeah,
on
then
target.
Mello and Black face off after the match. So I guess they're gonna, fight each other soon.
That'll
And
be next week.
Mello's taking another L.
Yeah.
Whatever.
After winning the-
Mello can't win.
And that'll be, you won the Andre Battle Royal? All right, well.
Welcome
so
to
I'm getting
obscurity.
a push now? No, you're just going to lose the rest of your match.
Down a hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The weight of that Andre the Giant trophy actually keeps you
It's-
at the bottom of the card.
It's weighing his career down.
yes.
So backstage, we've got Zelina Vega versus Piper Niven, but backstage before the match, Nick Aldis told Chelsea Green if Piper beats Vega, then she'll get a title shot, and if she becomes champ, then you'll be part of Piper's secret Hervis, sorry. Yeah.
You all right there?
Yeah, excuse me, sorry. So anyways, Vega comes out to her shitty Def Rebel music, and they go to break. When they come back, Vega is in the ring doing a hip dance, and then she stops and laughs because she realizes she's doing the Sasha Banks / Mercedes Moné dance.
Yeah.
Like she's doing it, and then she's like, fuck, I just fucking did her dance. And people are like, well, she didn't create that dance. It's like, well, she did in WWE. I mean, it's her shitty fucking dance.
Right.
And people pointed out how, like, Vega had no pop when she came out, and it was like, because her music is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
If you have good music, you know, like, anyone will pop for good music. But it was just like generic music that you hear in the club that's just like, you know, this is nothingness, and it's basically white noise. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this match went on way too long. Again, SmackDown is still 3 hours, so that's part of the problem.
What, did you said this was going to end soon?
What's that?
SmackDown's 3 hours?
In June, it's supposed to go back to 2.
I feel like you said April, then May.
No, it was June.
Now it's June.
I didn't say it. Triple H said it.
Next, you're gonna say July.
Maybe.
Don't fuck with me.
It was Triple H. Triple H said June. You just got to be patient.
Go yell at Paul.
Paul!
Yeah. Go yell at Paul Triple H
Bullshit.
Levesque. So yeah, go spit in his face since he's spitting everyone else's for
I like
25
Netflix.
years.
You just don't know how long it's going to be. But
It's 2.5 hours
usually
every week, pretty much.
Yeah.
First week it was 3. Since then it's been 2.5 pretty much every week.
And honestly, they could get it down to a tight
Of
2.
course they could. So yeah, this match went way too long. Vega went for the 619, but Chelsea distracted her. Piper tried to hit Vega, but Vega moved, and Piper knocked Chelsea off the apron, and then Vega won with a roll-up.
roll up. The champ wins with a roll up.
Yep.
Of course.
I mean, what else is she gonna do?
Her
Code Red to
is her-
Piper.
what is
She
her
has. She won Queen of the Ring by code redding Piper.
Oh no shit! Wow.
Rematch after rematch.
Isn't that the same as Roxanne's?
Of course.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Pop rocks.
Uh-oh.
Pop Rocks?
Well, that's what happens when you have a roster of 200 people. Some of them are going to have the same finisher.
Right. Who do you think changes first?
Neither.
Okay.
Probably. Well, if someone has to, they're going to be like, hey, Vega, you need it. But I don't think they will.
You think Vega?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they will, though. No, I'm going to say neither.
What?
How many? Multiple people have moonsaults.
Well, that's true.
Fatu's finisher's a moonsault. Io's finisher's a moonsault. Plenty of people just do the moonsault anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
next up, we have an in-ring promo from Randy Orton. He says, I knew who John Cena really was from day one. He's arrogant, selfish, an entitled brat who always gets what he wants. John, you took advantage of the PG era. You were willing to be a cartoon character while I was true to who I am. A murderer, an arsonist, a rapist, a sexually assaulting women.
Right. A snake.
Yeah. So he's like, he didn't care about the boys in the back or all of you. All he cares about it is as his bottom line. Edge.
Yeah.
This is very different from what Orton said the previous week, where he was like, John, this isn't you. You're a good guy. I've known you for 25 years.
Little condescend. I mean, little
Changed it up.
opposite.
Complete 180 here.
Right. Totally flipped the script on us.
And then he says, Cena hasn't raised your kids. The only thing he raised was his merch prices. That was TKO.
Yeah.
Selling out isn't new to John. He's been doing that for 20 years. You say you're going to erase my family's name from history. Over my dead body. You say you're the last real champion? No. You're the last legend I have to put down. And I'm going to do that at Backlash in front of my family. I'm going to punt you so hard in that Lego-shaped head, it's going to fly off your shoulders and through the gateway arch. But not before I drop your ass with the 3 most dangerous letters in sports entertainment, R-K. And then the fans finish it for him.
Yeah.
When Cena, we're assuming, eventually goes face again right before he leaves.
Yeah.
It's going to be weird because, like, when Orton's like, this isn't you. Okay, that goes along with you're just acting up, but you've been a good guy this whole time. But when you go with the storyline of you've been a big piece of shit this whole time,
Yeah.
which is what a couple of people have said now. You're
Right.
like,
Exactly.
well, how do you take that back in a
Yeah.
few months?
Right.
Weird.
Yeah. It's just strange how one week he's like, this is, I know you're a great person. Next week he's like, nah, he's always sucked.
Like, honestly, I mean, I guess when he turns face, they just can't ever interact again.
Nah, sure they can.
I
Come
can't
on.
even imagine.
Triple H ran over Sean, and then they were friends a couple years later.
Friends
That's
again.
true.
It's fine.
Holding up different size hot dogs on
I can't
WWE
imagine.
magazine.
I can't imagine Cena having a good match again
No,
after what we saw at Mania.
of course not.
No.
They're all going to be safe matches. Yeah.
Gross.
I agree.
Get this fucking thing off of him now.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
many
I want the
appearances
Cena
did he
that
have
fought JBL. It was drenched in blood.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm still going with the theory that they're going to announce his wife's pregnant and they have the baby and then he's going to turn babyface again. I found, like what Orton said, I found the love.
That's funny.
No, I'm just kidding. So then backstage, R-Truth tells Orton, you got no chance at Backlash. And Orton's like, what the fuck is this guy even talking to me for?
Right.
But then Jimmy Uso walks up and tells Orton, you know how he is. I'll take care of him. And then Truth says, John said he's the last real champ. He wouldn't lie to me.
And
so
then
I don't know. Truth,
Jimmy took him around back and shot him in the head.
It's time.
I'll take care of him.
Yeah.
dude, the fact that they're doing this again, like, I think my theory is correct. Truth is turning heel and he's going to be helping Cena at some point. Or maybe he's going to there's at least going to be a segment where he's like, I love you, Cena. And then Cena's going to kick him in the balls.
It'll be like
Something like
Judgment
that.
Day, where he thinks he's part of a group.
Or like just like
and
prove
he's
it.
like, I'm a good guy, but this is a bad group.
But maybe he does something to Jimmy, because what the fuck is Jimmy doing with R-Truth every week?
What the fuck is Jimmy doing, period?
I think Jimmy's gonna, he's gonna act like little Jimmy.
Where's this going?
He's going to yeet himself out of there?
Maybe.
Ugh.
Next up, though, we've got Rey Fenix versus Santos Escobar. This happened because of a backstage confrontation. And Escobar was trying to recruit Phoenix to Legado the entire match.
Yes.
Again, anytime a new luchador shows up, you want to be part of my stable?
Yeah, right.
And then they're all like, no,
Yeah.
of course not. Look at your stable. It's all jobbers. Ray did his running kick on the top rope, then hit the top rope Meteora for the win. Backstage, Escobar yells at Los Garza for not helping him. But then Andrade walks up and says, I know you no care about Lo Garza. And I don't like you. You talk about legacy, respect, honor. All you have is legacy, but you don't have respect. You don't have honor. And then Escobar walks away with Angel, but Berto and Andrade have a moment like Berto knows Andrade is telling the truth, and Andrade says, get out. Get out. Legado. Yeah. So, there we are. I mean, what the fuck? Who cares?
His balls.
Yeah. Andrade hasn't had a match this year, I think. I think this whole year.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think that's
I
accurate.
mean, what the fuck? And then it's just a tease that he's going to fight Santos, and let me guess,
For
he
what?
wins, and then that's it. And
then the other guys join Andrade in his...
can another white person become a luchador on SmackDown so that they could fight other people other than Mexican? What is happening?
They might have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Naomi and Nia versus Jade and Tiffy, the main event of SmackDown.
Yeah.
Wow. Fuck that third hour, I guess. So Nia leg dropped Stratton, but Naomi tagged herself in before that. Naomi then went for the split leg moonsault, but Tiffy got her knees up. Jade straight up chokeslammed Naomi, but Nia broke up the pin. Then Nia hit Jade with a senton, went for the pin, but Stratton hit a swanton to break it up. Then Tiffy was kicking Naomi in the corner, but Nia ran into both of them. And then Nia set up for the on Jade, but Jade got up and powerbombed Nia for the win.
Yeah.
Her whole.
After the match, Jade grabbed the belt from the ref and put it on her shoulder.
What the fuck was this?
Well, because they knew that tug of war with Roman and Brock was so over.
Amazing.
This was like so...
So they start to do that.
Cringy.
But then Naomi attacks Jade from behind, and she holds up the belt to end the show, as if there's any chance Naomi's winning that shit.
Right. Like, she just takes the belt. She's like, well, job well done, Jade.
I can almost see them letting Naomi win this so that Jade can beat her.
Fuck no.
Why not? Everyone holds the world title in the women's division. Everyone.
Except for Tamina. That's the one. That's the one.
That's the rule.
The only one that never gets it. And she's so bad. You're so bad. You can't even hold one of any of these fucking belts.
That's
That's hilarious.
That plays.
Like you're up there with Eva. What the fuck her name was?
Oh, Eva Marie.
Eva Marie. and
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Wardrobe malfunction.
I guess this is going to be a fatal four-way. So yeah, you're right. They could give it to anyone. anyone can get pinned here.
Yeah.
We'll see what they do. Not looking forward to that.
Nope.
But
Jay
that
wins it at
is
SummerSlam. Perfect.
Yeah, maybe.
Perfect for them. Yeah.
Maybe. That's all for SmackDown. On to Monday Night Raw. We open with Jey Uso. He immediately calls out Logan Paul, but Paul Heyman comes out instead.
Wow, wrong Paul.
Jay says, "You got a lot of balls. Step in the ring with me after what you did to my family."
And Paul Heyman has a lot of balls for putting enough spray tan to look darker
God.
than Jey Uso.
Sure.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was bad.
So Heyman says, "You're going to lecture me about betraying our tribal chief." Jay says, "I saw past you from day one. I warned Roman Reigns and CM Punk about you." Heyman says, "You didn't warn me about Punk. My best friend put me in a position that guaranteed it would sabotage my relationship with Roman Reigns. Roman thought I would sell his secrets to Punk. Why would I do that? I built the bloodline for 5 freaking years." And let's listen to the rest, because Heyman was brilliant here.
I found a stray big dog on the island of irrelevancy, and I turned him into the tribal chief and the ruler of the WWE Universe. We were the undisputed WWE champion for 1,316 days, and I'm not the one that blew it by getting beat by Cody Rhodes after being distracted by Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 40. He lost the title. He lost the title that I spent 5 years of my life building him up as the champion, and then what did he do? He disappears. He goes back to being a big dog licking his big wounds and leaves me in the hands of Solo and Jacob Fatu and those Tongans who put me through a table in Madison Square Garden and almost ended my 40-year career, and he didn't come back to avenge me. He came back to get his Ulasala back.
Truth.
Too real.
But I
Paul.
betrayed Roman Reigns, right? I betrayed Roman Reigns, who couldn't handle the fact that I just wanted to help my best friend live out his dream. No, it's always Paul Heyman. I'm always the liar. I'm always at fault. I'm the betrayer. I'm the double crosser. I'm always the freaking scumbag in the situation. Not this time. I'm right. I'm right. I'm in the right. And you blame me? Screw you!
Wait for it. Wait for it.
And screw each and every single one of you for booing.
That's great.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can tell Paul has sleep apnea.
Roman Reigns? Jesus.
But holy shit, I mean, what a promo.
Right, for sure.
Another fucking Thanos.
Yeah,
Starting to make sense.
it was awesome.
Too much sense.
What an explanation.
Yeah.
So then Jay says, "Are you okay?" And he gets a laugh. It was
Yeah.
funny. He goes, "What does this have to do with me?" Heyman says, "I didn't come out here to talk about Roman or Punk. I came here to talk about you. That title is about power and control, but you don't know how to wield it. While you want and need to be champion, Seth Rollins has to be champion. And I'm here to give you a favor. And you know how well those work out, right? I'm going to let you sign your own death warrant and let you choose when you're going to lose your championship, because Seth Rollins is challenging you for that title. He beat Roman and Punk at Mania. You know he deserves to be the #1 contender. So
That's fair.
pick the time and place." And then Heyman starts to leave, but Jay gets the crowd hyped up, and he says, "It's on tonight." And Heyman
right.
looks terrified, but then he went backstage and told Seth he fell for it. He wants to do the match tonight. You were right. And Seth's like, I love to say I told you so. So if you'll indulge me, I told you so.
Yeah.
And then Seth walks away, and Heyman tells Braun Jay's a great champion. He tapped out Gunther. He's no easy day in the park, but Jay's not focused on Seth. He's distracted by Logan Paul, and he's had no time to prep for Seth. But all Seth is focused on is Jey Uso. And tonight we get handed the keys to the kingdom. A+.
Yeah.
Amazing.
A+ segment.
Yeah.
Great way to start the show, and it's all thanks to Paul Heyman.
Yeah. Also, Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman clearly going tanning together.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. It's crazy.
Darker.
And they're well, it makes sense. Their girlfriends are the same age.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, God, too dark. Darker.
Amazing segment.
Oranger.
Amazing. Anyway, JD McDonough and Judgment Day are next up.
Yeah, of course. We've got Penta versus JD.
Yeah.
JD threw some punches, and Penta avoided them, and Pat McAfee said dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Then Carlito interferes, but Penta dives on him and JD. Balor pulled Penta off the apron, but the ref caught him throwing Penta back in the ring, so he ejected both Balor and Carlito. But then Chad Gable grabbed Penta's leg, but Penta kicked and dove on him. And then JD went for a moonsault, but Penta moved and hit the Mexican Destroyer for the win. Penta wins, of course. He's getting a title match at Backlash, so he's got to win. Then backstage, Grayson Waller tells Adam Pearce he doesn't want a match because of who his opponent is. But then Austin Theory walks up and Waller tells him to take his spot in the match because he's such a good friend.
What the fuck is this?
But we've got Austin Theory versus the returning Sheamus.
Oh, an old man? Cool.
Where the hell have you been?
I thought this would be someone hard.
Yeah. Sheamus, who's returned 6 times in 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sheamus, they said, hasn't been around since the Rumble. So he's had a little break.
Yeah.
But he's back.
Right.
Theory did his role in the ring, but Sheamus caught him with a pump knee. Sheamus hit White Noise off the middle rope. He beat Theory's Bowery.
Oh.
And then he hit the bro kick for the win.
1, 2,
Welcome
6.
back, Sheamus. Yeah.
Fuck you, Theory.
He always wins his return match, and then he loses whenever he has an important one.
And then he leaves.
And then he leaves
See you later, day.
to go have burger after burger after burger.
It's delicious.
Backstage, AJ Styles pops in the Judgment Day's locker room to deliver a warning to Dominic Mysterio, but AJ's been watching too many Penta promos lately.
I don't care who wins at Backlash. I'm coming after that Uncomic. Okay?
Whatever.
I'm so flustered right
man.
now.
I got you.
Old man, you know what? It doesn't matter who wins at Backlash. I'm coming after that Intercontinental Championship, and then I'm going to beat you up regardless.
What is that?
The Continental Championship!
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
It's funny because that's what the AEW one's called. So he just he just still said it wrong because AEW has a Continental Championship.
Right.
Continental Championship! So,
Yeah. Like it gave vibes of that Hogan Vince promo where he's like, let me say it one more time just so you know I'm clear. Proceeds to fuck it up.
yeah. So Dom asks Balor to handle AJ for him, and Balor says, now my job's to clean up your mess? Oh, I'm just kidding with you, kid. Of course I'll take care of AJ for you. So let me get this straight.
I love you. Always have.
Let me get. I understand. I understand. Dom is the young guy, so he's got to be the IC champ, and Balor's had his day in the sun. But you're telling me AJ Styles has to fight Balor before he fights Dom for the IC title? Is that what we're? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
That's what we're telling you.
Wow.
Also, I didn't notice Finn has like most of his arm tattooed now. That must be new.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It almost looked demon-esque.
From one ink man to another.
Yeah.
He needs to go full demon. We'll see.
Never go full demon.
Also backstage, the New Day tells Chad Gable that the Creed should be the next team to get a shot at the tag titles. Then-
Because they're idiots.
Sure. Then the Becky Lynch walks up and Woods says it was really messed up what Lyra did to you. And Becky just says, thank you, and heads to the ring.
Right.
So we've got a Becky in-ring promo. And, I said it last week. Like, the problem here is Becky's too over and Lyra's not. So Becky comes out, mostly getting cheers. So she has to pretend like the fans are booing her.
Right.
And then she starts bitching to get them to boo her. She's like, I'm the victim here. You guys hate me. And they're like, well,
She literally pulled a Cena.
Yeah.
She looks hot when she's angry, though.
Sure. She says, when I returned at Mania, a woman in the crowd was literally crying. No one asked where Bayley was. Nobody cared because she's garbage. I took out the garbage, and everyone's like, I can't believe you took out the garbage, but aren't you happy when someone takes out the garbage? Then I took out the recycling, which is Lyra, because she's less offensive than garbage, but she's still garbage. A little too much garbage. If you just said it once, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
Basura.
Too many garbage lines. But then Becky takes credit for everything in Lyra's life, including her fiance. Wow.
Oh, okay.
Was this like a
Did she play matchmaker?
TLC moment? Like,
Right.
or no, it was, Spice Girls. Like, if you want to be my lover, first you got to fuck my friends. Lyra, fucked your boyfriend. He's good to go.
Right.
Made me come like 5 times.
Is ready to propose.
Yeah. So Lyra comes out and says, you're the queen of recycling. Oh, no. You've been recycling the same moves and tired old act for years. You didn't make me. You went on holidays, and I made some history of my own, and I've defended it more days than you've shown up to work this year. All you've cared about was getting to the top, and you didn't want to bring anyone with you. And Becky says, when I was gone, everybody had the best year of their career because they didn't have me to compare themselves to. And it's not my job to help anybody. It's my job to beat everybody. That was a good line.
It was, yeah.
There were some up and down,
Sure.
some good lines, some garbage ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
She says, I'm the greatest to ever do it. Sports Illustrated agrees. I guess they came out with a list recently.
Yeah, probably.
Lyra then lists Becky's accomplishments, first SmackDown Women's Champion, main eventing, WrestleMania. And then she says, you were the first Women's Intercontinental Champion. Oh, that was me. And it was like, well, that's not nearly as impressive as Becky's accomplishments.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Right.
So then Becky goes for a cheap shot, but Lyra blocks it, knocks her down with a kick. The refs try to split them up as they brawl. Becky goes for the manhandle slam, but Lyra counters with Nightwing to lay her out, stand tall, and confirm that she's jobbing at Backlash.
Like, she got all the moves in. You're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
boy.
no doubt.
Womp womp.
Because there has to be at least one title change at Backlash,
For sure.
and I don't see it being the others.
No.
But we'll get to those later. Next up, we've got Roxanne Perez versus Io Sky. Look at me. I'm so happy to be here.
If only she'd, change her hand.
Yeah? So you're the one, who's the other dick? Me or Joe?
Ooh.
Yeah. The toughest
Come back
decision
to
of
me.
Eric's
It
life.
Who's the second dick?
Who's the second dick?
Tell us.
I'm sure it's the same looking dick, honestly. Probably
Who's the
very similar.
third man in the male
Girl threesome.
That would be interesting if we both kind of showed you pictures of our dick only, and you decide whose. You'd measure it, hold up, let me see. No, that's definitely.
Matching, skin tones. Let me really get in here. Let me see an untanned part of your Joe.
Oh, I tan my balls every
shit.
day.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get those to you later. So Io hit the missile drop kick, but sold her knee as Perez was working on it the entire match. Perez went for pop rocks, but Io backflipped to avoid it. So far so good.
Yeah.
But then they trade multiple roll-ups.
37? 37.
No, it was more like 22. And then Io gets the win with a roll-up.
Yeah.
Yeah. After the match, Perez goes for a handshake. Io accepts. Perez leaves the ring, and then Julia attacks Io from behind, and Perez laughs. And Julia and Perez beat up Io together, and no one comes to help because Rhea Ripley's in Perth
Yeah.
for the announcement of Crown Jewel.
She's giving
They announced
Perth.
She's giving Perth. They announced Crown Jewel's going to be in Australia in October, so
Yeah. Weird.
yeah. No Saudi shows this year, but don't worry, we're gonna be back better than ever with the Royal Rumble.
Wait. You think Perth is not part of Saudi Arabia? Boom, we just bought Australia.
Right.
Saudi Australia is what we will call it.
Australia.
Yeah. All right, next up we've got Otis versus Rusev. They both ran the ropes to start it, but Rusev hit him with a jumping spinning back kick.
Crisscross.
Yeah, crisscrossed, but That jumping, spinning back kick was very nice from Rusev.
Absolutely.
Outside the ring, Otis suplexed Rusev onto the announce table, but then back in the ring, Rusev hit the Machka kick and made Otis tap to the Accolade. And poor dumb Otis tapped with his right hand first, and the ref didn't see it because she was on his left.
Yep.
So it was like, hey, dummy, make sure you tap where the ref can see.
Yeah. Come on.
After the match, though, Tozawa gets in the ring, rips his shirt off. Rusev's like, oh, I don't want any part of this guy, so he leaves. But then Tozawa checks on Otis, and Rusev runs back, powerbombing Tozawa onto Otis. And then he throws Otis into the ring post, puts him back in the Accolade while refs and officials try to pull him off. He eventually lets go. Adam Pearce yells at him, and then they cut to Maxine crying while Natalya holds her. What the fuck? Where did Nat come from?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they hated each other because she like lost and she did. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fun fact about Criss Cross: when Ventura says that during that Rumble, guess who's the play-by-play guy?
Vince?
We were wondering if he was ever in the WWE.
Oh, Mongo?
Tony Schiavone.
Oh, right.
that crazy?
For that hot minute, yeah.
For that hot minute.
Wow.
Yep.
I
I saw that clip.
Mongo.
I was like, is that Schiavone? Jesus.
Yeah, it was 10 years earlier with the Mongo comment. He was only on Raw. Yeah, that's funny. So, all right, next up, we've got Gunther and Pat McAfee facing off with Adam Pearce in the ring to make sure shit doesn't go down because, you know, Adam Pearce.
Yeah.
Gunther tells McAfee, don't worry, I'm not going to do anything to you tonight because I'm professional. The fans chant, you tapped out, so Gunther yells at them. And then McAfee starts his promo by sucking off Michael Cole for going to work for 28 years.
Yeah.
What a great guy.
I think I've been working for 28 years at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
Then McAfee sucks off...
Where's my suck off?
Then McAfee sucks off Nebraska for so long.
Yeah.
Like, if you're watching at home, this means nothing to you.
No.
For sure.
Only means things to the people of Nebraska.
Yeah.
Finally, Pat tells Gunther, you don't want it anymore. You've gotten too comfortable. It happened with Sammy and Jay, and on Saturday, you're going to underestimate me too. This version of Gunther is soft. And then Gunther says, Saturday is a very special day for me, and you just got me in the right mood for it. It's my first match since Mania, and I'm going to show up more focused than ever before. I promise you my full undivided attention because on Saturday I'm going to maul you. I'm going to drive your head in the mat. I'm going to choke you out till you drop like a wet towel. And only the grace of God can lift my arms off your throat.
Wow.
How are they going to play this? Because I think, you know, when McAfee did some stuff before NXT, like he hung out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then like more recently got in the Rumble, saw a big guy and eliminated himself. So you're like, you know, I wish they leaned more into, I've done matches, I'm a world-class athlete, you know, all this kind of stuff.
I mean,
But
he had matches with Corbin. He fought Austin Theory. You know.
yeah, no, I'm just, how are they going to make this a match?
Right.
Gunther almost lost to Tozawa 2 months ago.
Yeah,
I think
true.
they can make this a match.
All right.
Like he had a fucking competitive match with Tozawa.
Yeah.
And almost lost so many. It was like 15 minutes. He almost lost multiple times. We talked about how bullshit that was. It's like, how did he not just squash Tozawa?
Yeah, that's true.
So if they could do that, he could have a match with McAfee.
For sure.
I'm sure it'll be McAfee ducking, you know, and he's going to chop the ring post 100%.
Right. Ah, my hand.
That's what he always
That's
does.
my chopping hand.
It's my chopping hand. Yeah.
Sure.
And McAfee will do some, exciting stuff that he always does.
Sure.
And then he'll lose.
Yeah.
Of course. Next up, we've got Seth Rollins versus Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship with Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman ringside. But honestly, it was hard to tell them apart. Jay
really was.
Jay hit Seth with the suicide dive, and Seth sold it by falling over the announce table. Later, Seth came off the top rope, but Jay caught him with a super kick. Seth hit a buckle bomb, but then a missed frog splash. Jay went for the spear, but Seth caught him with a pedigree. Jay kicked out. Jay ended up hitting the spear. Seth kicks out. Then Breaker tried to push Jay off the top rope while Seth distracted the ref, but Jay kicked him. But then Seth hit the superplex Falcon Arrow combo and then hit the curb stomp. But Michael Cole said, he didn't get all of it. He didn't get all of it. And Jay kicked out.
Yeah.
But it was like, no, he did.
Yeah.
It just didn't. You just didn't hear it,
Right.
Because Jay wanted to do like this full flip for it.
Yeah. He
So
wanted
it's
to
just-
oversell it.
He wanted to oversell it, but of course, Cole, he didn't get all of it. Like, say it like 5 times in a row. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, who cares?
Like, stop underselling what's happening here. So then Seth crawled over to tell Braun something, but then Sami Zayn comes out from the crowd and throws Breakker into the ring post. Seth goes after Sami, but Jay hits the spear and an Uso splash, but Seth kicks out.
Ooh.
That was a huge moment. Everyone feels like that was going to be it there.
Yeah.
Then Braun gets up and spears Sami. Jay checks on Sami, but Heyman distracts the ref while Braun spears Sami on the floor. He spears Jay on the floor. Then Braun throws Jay back in the ring. Seth hits Jay with the curb stomp and slowly crawls over to go for the pin. But then the music hits and it's CM Punk.
And
Not advertised to be here. Big surprise.
And what's crazy is they didn't even get the spear on the outside.
Yeah, they missed it.
They had the camera somewhere else. They're like, let's take a look back at what you didn't see.
So Punk runs out with a chair. He tosses it to Braun, kicks it in his face. Then he tackles Seth in the ring, hits him with the chair a few times. They never ring the bell, but you know it's over.
Right.
Then Braun gets in the ring, but he gets more chair shots, and Braun and Seth retreat. Punk and Sami stand tall to end the show.
Yep.
And Heyman's kind of smiling, pointing at Punk, like
Like, you son of a bitch, maybe.
it was just like a smile, though. Like, I don't know.
Evil Heyman smirk.
I guess
maybe?
an even Heyman smile.
Yeah.
Hamill smile.
So yeah, also after Raw ended, after Raw went off the air, Jay was high-fiving fans in the front row, and Logan Paul in a hoodie hit him with the lucky punch.
Boom.
Yeah. I almost didn't recognize him because it wasn't a black hoodie. I would have known it's a wrestler if he was wearing a black hoodie.
I thought it was a black hoodie.
Oh, maybe it was.
It was a black hoodie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think the pants were distracting. They were like,
There you go.
they were like greenish.
But how about that? They flew Logan Paul there just to,
Punch
just for a, I
Jey
guess
Uso.
for a viral moment.
Off camera. Like, it's
They
crazy.
love their viral moments.
Yeah.
They sure do.
So that is all for Raw. Certainly a great beginning and a great ending to the show.
Yeah.
Just chaos. So let's give some awards.
Yeah.
Who did you have for worst dressed?
I had Paul Heyman and or Braun Breaker for their spray tan.
All right.
I had Naomi.
Bad.
I had Naomi.
I have done
I
Naomi.
mean, they're
like
heels.
every
Like
week.
they should be.
looks horrible.
Shouldn't they be spray tanned?
I mean, it's a little much.
What, they weren't hot enough for you?
I'm not saying that.
No,
I
it
mean,
made
it's-
them too hot.
Too hot?
Right,
Oh, they were
yeah.
too sexy.
Too hot to
Okay,
handle.
All right,
Yeah.
fair enough. Best dressed?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Lyra.
All
Looked
right.
pretty good.
Yeah,
Okay.
she looked good.
Yeah.
I'll go with
Little short
Roxanne.
shorts.
All right, I got EO. Worst acting?
That's gonna be Naomi.
Naomi.
Why? Why would you say that?
Looky.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, sweep it.
Yeah, sweep
Sorry,
it.
sweep it.
Yeah.
Best acting?
Paul
Paul
Heyman.
Heyman.
Sweep it. Sweep it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Worst comments?
If
Hit it
you
one
could,
more time.
Looky.
Jesus!
So good. I already had that way before you had talked about it on the show.
Right.
Best comment?
I had Randy Orton saying, "I'm gonna punt kick you in that so hard in that Lego shaped head."
I had Heyman's little rant
Just, yeah.
about Punk and Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
Same.
that was good.
Heyman for show. Worst match?
Vega versus Piper.
That was my slow-mo. I did the SmackDown main event for the worst match.
That was my slow mo.
That's fair.
My worst and slow-mo was the Nia, Naomi, Jade, Tiffy bullshit.
Okay.
Best match?
Seth J.
Seth J.
Seth J, even though there was no ending, but it
Yeah.
was good.
Like Io and Roxanne could have been a contender if they didn't do 22 roll-up attempts in a row.
Roll Up Mania.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
For sure.
Worst move?
Roll Up Mania.
I had the Hurricanrana that Vega gave to Piper, where Vega just fell off and Piper
Yeah.
kind of ran at the ropes and fell
Sure.
on him.
Sure.
Yeah, that was bad.
Roll Up Mania, I guess. Best
Okay.
move?
Spear on the outside to Jay. That was good.
This is good.
When they did show it, you know.
I'm doing that cartwheel that Black got out of the.
Skull
The
crushing
skull
finale.
crushing finale.
Look
yeah.
who look who's the black mark all of a sudden.
Fuck this guy. It was just cool. I was like, I like something new.
Maybe you're
that
trying
I
to
like.
remember that this guy's pretty
He
good
can
in the ring.
wrestle. It's
Yeah,
just so
right.
boring as a character.
Yeah, no, I'll go with the fucking. Well, that wasn't his fault. Vince did that shit. He's not doing it anymore. He's not doing it anymore.
He just got them all out.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah.
cleared his throat. He's
Yeah,
good now.
he's good now.
I guess I'll go with Braun Spear. That's always great.
Yeah.
Worst moment.
Tug of war with the belt.
Yeah, I put Nia in them.
Yeah, Nia, Naomi, Tiffy, like all doing promos for like a 10-minute segment. It was terrible.
Right.
Best moment?
Paul Heyman going off.
Yeah, at the end of Raw, Punk showing up. Was a
Yeah, I
great
had
moment.
Punk because it was a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's all for awards. So now it's time for breaking news. All right, let's get into the WWE releases. These are all the names. We've got Braun Strowman, we talked about earlier. Really, he's the biggest name out of all of them.
Yep.
We've got Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler. So there's no more pure fusion energy because Zoe Stark is the last one of all of them, the last that remains there.
A weird one to
Yes.
keep. How
Zoe
is she
Stark.
not out
right.
with the bathwater? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure. We've got Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, so bye-bye potty pussy.
Right.
That's
And
it.
They were like the only like organic women's tag team.
Yeah.
And they never had a name.
They were party pussy, Eric. You named them. You gave them
Yeah,
the name.
I gave them that
They
name.
have a name on this show.
Yeah.
We've got Cora Jade. We've got Gigi Dolan, Eddie Thorpe, which that makes
Bottom right.
sense. I hated him.
Yeah.
Jakara Jackson, and then the rest are like, well, most of them are like nobodies, like developmental people or low-level NXT guys. Riley Osborne, Oro Mensa, Javier Bernal, Joe Coffey, Mark Coffey, Wolfgang, Danny Palmer, and then there is also Shotzi.
Whose contract won't be renewed.
Well, she's already in the alumni section on the website. So, like, as far as that's concerned,
so they're
she's
like,
gone.
yeah, she's done.
Yeah, but do they put you on the alumni if you go sign with someone else, or they'll just take you down?
No,
No,
that you
yeah.
stay there.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, you stay there.
Yeah.
So like Dean Ambrose is in there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, everyone's there.
It's funny because on NXT last week.
Unless you, like, murder someone, like Chris Benoit isn't on there.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. On NXT last week, you know, Noam Dar and Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend
They broke-
and this Aura, they're like,
They had the
we're-
friendliest breakup of a faction of all time.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, Jakara, you're gonna go on to do such big things. Oh, Oro, you're gonna be that superstar. Released, gone. Both gone.
You're going to go do other things. Here's your pink slip. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
So some more info on the releases. Dave Meltzer was claiming that many of the releases were because the talent was perceived by WWE as not working hard in training and lazy.
Yeah.
So Gigi Dolan fought back against this narrative on Twitter, saying, when I wasn't traveling to work for either of the two companies I was working for, which is she counting NXT and WWE as like separate companies?
TNA.
Oh, but that was a long time. Like, that is nothing to do.
they were recently on
'cause
TNA.
They were on TNA. Okay,
yeah.
I got it. So anyway, she said, I trained very hard 3 to 4 days a week, bumping my ass off and doing cardio drills with one of the best / toughest coaches I've worked with, and worked out every single day with live events every other weekend. So yeah, I don't want to hear this. LOL, the way my body feels says otherwise. Then Cora Jade replied with, plus, can't forget having to go to my own gym outside of work after strength and conditioning that wasn't doing anything for me other than this was some Josh Reese grammar here, other than get me body shamed by my bosses, coworkers, and fans. Crazy. Someone should have finished high school. Cora, because she dropped out of high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Sure. So she complains about being body shamed. And then Cora has since created an OnlyFans account that will launch in June after her 30 days are up.
way.
Yeah.
So yeah, at least she's taking steps to avoid being body shamed in the future. Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
what an idiot. I'm just glad these pictures started resurfacing of Shotzi after she was released.
Yeah.
Little very nice ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
She has a nude scene in a B horror movie.
Yeah, we looked at that once.
Oh, okay.
Or, I mean,
I already
talked about it.
came. So yeah, you can already, if you want to sign up now and give Cora Jade, money like a month before the content comes out, you can do it.
Yeah.
Like it's $15. You can just pay her now for nothing.
Right.
If you're, a fucking mark.
That's a business expense, right?
Sure.
I got to do it for wrestling research.
I'm gonna guess it's gonna be just her in lingerie photos
For sure.
Because like most of them.
Yeah, she's still going to want to wrestle.
Right.
Like, I guess
she doesn't want to ruin her chances of coming back to WWE.
I guess Mandy Rose was like, I'm not going back to wrestling. Fuck it.
Right.
And same with, what's her name?
Sergeant Lacey Evans.
Lacey Evans.
Although I guess she did kind of, talk shit about WWE, saying she was body shamed by her bosses and coworkers. So
Yeah.
there is that. We'll see. Also, it's been revealed that the film Liv Morgan is in.
Here we go.
Oh.
Is Spider-Man Brand New Day. She is Gwen Stacy.
That is confirmed.
Confirmed a joke that I am talking
I was gonna
about.
say I didn't remember seeing that anywhere.
Yeah.
No, she's going to be in Bad Lieutenant Tokyo. So a Bad Lieutenant movie.
What?
What?
This is gonna make her a household name?
You know the Harvey Keitel movie? And
No.
then no? And then they remade it with Nicolas Cage, where it was one of his greatest / worst performances of all time.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That's when he was like, what are these fucking iguanas doing on my coffee table? And Val Kilmer's like, there ain't no iguana. And he's like, yeah, there are. It's a fucking iguana. And there's no iguana. It's just Nicolas Cage tripping on drugs for like 2 hours. It's amazing.
Oh, wow.
Anyways, yeah, I think I read she's going to play like a kidnapped daughter.
Oh, yeah. Really stealing the show.
But
Top
I mean,
billing.
Well, you got to start somewhere.
Again.
Like Ana de Armas was in some bullshit before she got her big break, and that's how it started. Is it going to lead to her being the next it girl in Hollywood? Probably not.
No.
Right.
But it is something. So, and she's just going to be gone, and they're not going to have to defend the tag titles until she comes back.
So weird.
You don't think they strip them or
No.
No.
They even said on the show, because it was on, I didn't cover it, but on SmackDown, what tag team talked to Nick Aldis about, they're like, whenever Liv comes back, we'd like a title shot. And he was like, all right, she's not coming back for a while, but good luck.
See you in 4 months.
Yeah. Also, Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff revealed their third man. And of course, it's some guy no one's ever heard of.
We don't even know who he is!
So yeah, they're not starting a podcast. They're starting their own shitty wrestling promotion called
Real American Freestyle Wrestling, dude, which combines Olympic and fake wrestling in some
Garbage Combination.
Is that what this is gonna be like? Pro mat wrestling?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Something like that.
I thought maybe this was closer to that fake UFC shit that we see sometimes.
They said
Oh,
Olympic.
the blood sport?
They said Olympic,
Olympic,
not
mat,
MMA.
pro wrestling.
Yeah. So anyways, this is gonna last about as long as
Postomania, brother.
That long? Why?
Yeah.
2 months.
They're open for 2 months, Andrew. Wow, I guess some people will like it.
We already hired Regal. He's gonna cook for all the wrestlers backstage.
Oh no, dude. Anyways, that's all I've got for news. So let's get on to rumors. So Cody Rhodes is.
Did you have news?
No. You guys.
Okay.
No.
Thanks, Eric, for ruining the intro to rumors.
Well, I thought he had news. It's a big deal for him.
Well, he could have his own Joe report then. You have your Mark report.
Thank you.
Hey, we're not just giving out reports nilly-willy.
All right, let's try this again. Rumor time.
Rumors.
Vince McMahon gets kicked out for sex allegations?
That happened.
But then he returns and takes back the company?
He did that.
And then Vince sells the company but stays in power?
Oh my God.
And then Vince dyes his hair black and has a stupid mustache?
Confirmed.
Okay, so Cody Rhodes is currently being advertised for the May 16th edition of SmackDown.
No.
Please, no. Can we not? No.
This is hard.
It's going to be hard to watch. Can we cross our fingers for card subject to change? Cross your fucking fingers.
Is that so? That's
Joe
not-
cross sticks,
That's
quick.
after the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Okay.
May 16th. So that's apparently when he's coming back.
Yeah.
We'll see. Also, Fightful reports Chelsea Green signed a new multi-year deal with WWE, which, makes sense. I mean, she acted like, last week she was gone for now, and then
Right.
I guess they re-signed her, so she's sticking around.
Wow.
She might win Money in the Bank this year.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Also, I could see that happening. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, there are reports that WWE signed some AAA wrestlers to WWE deals, and one of them was Alberto El Patron.
No way.
Yeah.
But and people are upset about this, but it doesn't really matter because now WWE owns the company. Either way, they're paying them, right? Either way, they're part of WWE.
Right. Yeah.
But
I thought he was a good bad guy, but when you've heard all the things he's done in his personal life, it's like, don't bring this idiot.
yeah, I mean, he was charged with kidnapping, but then he got off, But
Yeah, he did. Sure fucking
But no,
did.
I saw a photo of him, and he's got this really weird beard. Like, it looks fake. It looks like someone just put a beard on him, and then it just looks
a
strange.
picture of a beard is taped to his face.
It looks, it's very Lexus King-ish. I don't know.
Oh.
So that's all I've got for rumors. So we can get right into the Mark report. Oh wait, before that, Joe, do you have any rumors?
Yes.
Do you have any rumors?
Hit my button.
Oh, okay. Fuck you, you fucking Mark. Yeah,
We don't even know who he is!
Fair enough.
there it is.
Eric, I was going to see if you wanted to add this to your report, but new speed champion.
Uh-huh.
You have a guess?
Nathan Frazier?
No.
Oh no.
El Grande Americano.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
This is what they're doing.
This is
with
gonna change everything. Holy shit.
He'll bring it out.
Means nothing.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's gonna hold it for a couple months, then lose it to someone else, like everyone does.
Yeah.
He's so fast, that guy.
Yeah.
He's so quick. So quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Mark report.
Another day, gotta give her hell. It's burning straight through the dark.
You fucking Mark! You fucking Mark!
No, I'm not hitting it anymore. He never fucking gets it right. And yeah, I had him record a new one this week, but I don't even want to fucking hear it.
Okay.
He never gets it right. He never gets it right.
I think he
Are you
did
gonna
it.
play it?
Okay.
All right. Yeah, he never. You want? All right, fine. One more
Ladies and
fucking-
gentlemen, welcome to
Come
the
on, bro.
Mark Report with your host, Eric
Hamilton.
Slammin'
Fucking stupid kid!
Hamilton.
You fucking idiot!
Hamilton.
Hamilton. Take it away,
Ladies and
Eric.
gentlemen, welcome to the Mark
Maybe this
Report
time.
with your host, Eric
Hit the same one.
Slammin'
know.
Hamilton.
Same one.
Oh.
Can't fucking do it.
He can't do it.
Spent like $300 at this point.
That's a lot of money.
I know. Right.
Oh,
no
What's here,
more.
you piece of shit.
No more Tony Chimmel cameos.
He's getting 30 straight 0-star reviews on Cameo.
We're
It's-
allocating that money to Cora Jade's OnlyFans.
How can you be so bad at the one thing you're supposed to do? All right, go take it away, Eric.
All right. So Kevin Owens
Yeah, I remember him.
on
That guy was-
Twitter.
that guy's cool. I hope he
Yeah.
gets to wrestle again one day.
Yeah, me too. He was on Twitter. He
Good
said,
for him. What else?
Dear Rollins, do you also plan on getting an absolutely insane spray tan job to fit in with the rest of your group? Anyway, miss you. And then little kissy face emoji,
Nice.
Kevin.
All right.
So I thought that was funny. Also,
Sure was.
Big E and Mia Yim's sister
All right.
have gotten engaged.
Nice.
So good
Congratulations.
for them.
She's taller than him, I guess. Huh?
He's kneeling, Joe.
Right there, you dumb fuck.
How much are you paying to go to the wedding? How
All
many
right.
boxes of bootios?
All right, so
This is my. I've seen this. This is great.
Regarding the releases, Matt Cardona tweeted this, and he's tweeted out something before.
Yeah.
And he put, to the recently released, you have three choices. Fade into obscurity,
Baron Corbin,
coast off of your WWE name.
Matt Cardona?
Matt Cardona.
Or no, well,
Yeah.
I guess he changed it.
3, work your ass off, reinvent yourself, make a lot of money, and have a lot of fucking fun.
Yeah, but he's not doing one of those things.
Love the indie god.
Yeah, he's not selling out junior highs, making a lot of money. All right.
I mean, obviously, he wouldn't still be doing indies if he wasn't making money.
Well, that's all he does.
Yeah.
That's all he can do. What do you mean he wouldn't still be doing it? What else would he be doing? Working at Starbucks?
No, I mean, he could. You don't think if he was like, hey, TNA, I want a full-time gig here, they wouldn't be like, yeah, we'll totally sign you.
Why wouldn't he do that?
Because clearly he doesn't have to.
Supposedly, he turned down Tony Khan. Remember, he showed up in AEW for 5 appearances,
Yeah, because
and then he was like,
he's an idiot. He's still holding out that WWE brings him back soon. That's
don't
the only
think
reason why
he
he didn't
is.
sign. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
His wife works for the company. She just re-signed. He's holding out for a hero that's never going to come.
Okay.
I mean, Joe, you're the one that thought he was going to help Cody Rhodes win
Yeah,
the title.
It's his best friend.
It's his best friend.
Best fucking friend.
Per kayfabe.
Yeah. Also, TNA
Per
official-
Disney World.
TNA officials have informed talent that going forward, excessive blood and or blading will not be permissible.
That's right, because I'm in charge now. I bought TNA. Fuck you. Yeah, we're in a partnership now. We're in a partnership. You can't take it back.
Right. It's something kind of
Wait. Where the fuck is it?
I'm a genius.
Yes.
That'd be a fucking genius move. He could buy that for pennies.
Yeah.
He's worth billions of dollars. How much does TNA cost? Couple mil?
I wonder who's behind the Bischoff Hogan thing.
That's what I was hoping for.
right. For
That's
sure.
what I was hoping for.
Apparently, it's kind of like the same reason WWE did it. Just, potential advertisers,
Well, it's kind of, you have to have a show first on TV to get advertisers. But I think maybe it's because they might be getting a decent TV deal soon. And then, we
Could be.
We have to show our product to the networks and be like, look, it's family friendly. There's no blood.
Right. Also, Kevin Nash is down really bad.
Hurry up. Joe's starting to go to sleep. Harry.
He thinks Nia Jax is the most
2-3
beautiful
things,
woman on earth. On the Click podcast, Kevin said, beautiful fucking woman. You can't go 100% monster because you look at her face and she's stunning. No, she's beautiful, man. She's absolutely a stunning woman.
But she's a monster.
That had to be tongue in cheek. I have to listen to this podcast now.
I know.
I wonder if he was just trolling her.
Yeah. Also, WWE recently abandoned the trademark for the name Edge, but very quickly reacquired the name after it was noticed online. So someone was probably going to try to buy it.
Can't you just let him have his fucking name so we have to
Yeah.
keep calling him Cope?
Cope.
Please let
Jesus
the man have
Christ.
his name.
Can be Adam. Yeah. Also, Eric of the War Raiders said on Chris Van Vliet that his wife Valhalla should be returning soon.
Thank goodness.
Good. We
Yeah.
need more of that terrible gimmick.
Absolutely.
Can she just do something else and just be another wrestler then?
No.
Instead of be with them?
No. Also, you mentioned Crown Jewel taking place in Perth.
Yeah.
They're also going to be doing the SmackDown and the Raw, before and after that.
So we might as well go to those too then.
We might as well.
Yeah.
Australia it is. Also, Gunther and his match with Pat McAfee. It might be being used as a long-term build toward Goldberg's retirement match at SummerSlam against Gunther.
Okay.
Well, Gunther will murder him.
Change to my special appearance.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that it?
That's all I got.
All right. Trivia time.
Trivia. This one I saw. It was an interesting fact. Want to see if you guys can get it. Who was the first WWE champion to be younger than WrestleMania?
Oh.
Brock Lesnar?
No.
Oh, yeah.
First champion to be younger than WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Like actual WWE champion.
Ooh. I guess he had to be born after WrestleMania 1.
Orton?
Theory. Nope. I thought Orton too, but
Yeah.
Because I remember he was young.
I think he's just older than WrestleMania,
Was it like...
Was it Seth?
Seth freaking Rollins.
Because
when he won
at 31.
31? Yeah.
And I guess he was younger than that when
Yeah,
he won.
28, 29. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
That's
Fun fact.
Interesting.
Fun
Interesting.
trivia.
I like
Very
that.
good. Very good. All right. Let's do some fan questions. Carolyn Hawley, who are each of y'all's wrestling starting lineup to fight the gorilla? So Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Brock Lesnar.
Undertaker. Like, spirits.
Like
and
prime,
lightning.
not
Yeah.
60-year-old Taker.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bobby Lashley.
Kane.
Batista.
Yeah, that's a good.
That's
yeah.
good 4. Do we need 100?
They might do pretty well against
We're
him
like,
for a little while.
Okay, 97. X-Pac.
We both think of that.
That's amazing.
X Factor into the gorilla. That's it. And he's down for the count. 1, 2, I'll kick out. Like, he already kicked out of 5 F5s. What the fuck do you think? An X Factor was going to finish him off?
Let's see if we
Kicked
get
out of
Let's see if we. Yeah.
All the videos online of the gorilla like eating and then the music
Oh my
hits.
God, there's
and
so
it's
many
either
different
Brock or Stone Cold or whoever.
Right,
and he's
right.
like,
I saw Joe Hendry one. He's like,
So good.
that's great.
98. 1, 2, 3. Jeff Jarrett.
I could think of anything.
Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah. 99. D'Lo Brown.
Oh gosh.
Well, yeah, he'll break his neck. Break the gorilla's neck. Our next question is from a messy king. A messy king. I love that. Choose your favorite Paul Heyman guy and your least favorite. And do you think Seth has potential to become your favorite in the future? I mean, sure, we'll see where this goes, right?
Absolutely.
Favorite has to be Punk.
Punk.
Yeah. Least favorite, McGillicuddy.
Yeah, McGillicuddy probably.
Or Ryback.
He was. Was he for a minute?
Ryback was.
There's the answer.
Curtis Axel was for a minute, and then nothing happened.
Yeah.
Ryback.
So is Cesaro for a minute.
Yeah, but Ryback. It has to be
Ryback. It's Ryback.
'Cause
100%.
he was Ryback's manager for like a full year. Like, it was long. It was way too long.
Was it that long?
Yeah.
It was. It was a long time.
Silk Nick, thank you for the shirt. I will be wearing it at Raw in Houston. Hope to see y'all there.
Nice.
Awesome.
Well, they better book a good show this time because I'm not showing up for shit anymore. That's for sure.
I have standards. Damn it.
Yeah. Joseph Reiling, anybody else got a bit worried that Heyman might give himself a heart attack during that promo? Damn, he was fired up.
I was.
For sure.
I was
Like,
expecting.
he was sweating. He was so red and orange.
Like,
in the
he's
face.
either going to have a stroke or he's going to shit his pants.
Right. Yeah, he probably did shit his pants.
Yeah,
That's for sure. But, you know, great actors make sacrifices.
Yeah. Just wear a diaper.
JT Pisani. So we have a handful of male superstars I can think of that are incredible on the mic. Punk, Drew, Rollins, Roman, Kevin. Can you think of any female superstars from the past that were incredible or at least good on the mic? I couldn't think of a single one. AJ Lee comes to mind. She was great when she was a wrestler.
Yeah, AJ Lee was good.
Mickey James was really good.
Right. I mean, I don't know how far.
Like, as
back you wanna
managers,
go.
Sherry was good on the mic
Yeah.
as a manager. All the wrestlers. I don't know. Like, the problem is they didn't get a lot of time.
No.
Like, Lita and Trish never even got the chance to be able to like cut a promo. They never got the time to do that.
They're just like, go fight.
She wasn't a bad like manager or girlfriend of Edge when they were both evil.
Yeah, that's
When
true.
she got
No,
last
that's true.
time.
She was good. Yeah. And certainly they've got some now. You know, Becky's mostly good, you know, like
Yeah.
for the most part. Omar, Eric, did you bring the zip ties?
Zip ties. Zip ties.
You know, I knew this question was going to come up,
Okay.
and I hid them.
Don't pull your
The
cock
whole-
out. Oh.
In your feet?
What do you think?
Eric, yeah, Joe's not going to do it. You win.
Right.
Yeah, I won. Mastermind!
Yeah. That's good.
Put these on your feet.
Fuck! It's like the sweaty guy with the button.
Yeah.
Break zip ties. Their own feet.
Yeah, the Rizzler, Sami Zayn is this generation's son of a plumber. He doesn't have the body. He's a forever underdog, always coming to the aid of baby faces. Fans love him. WWE has something here. I'm just not sure they see it. That's a good comparison.
Not bad.
For sure.
Yeah.
He needs to win the big one at some point.
Absolutely.
Future endeavor, Vince forever. Eric, I believe in Joe Hendry as well, but I recently got my friend to watch wrestling, and when his entrance music hit, he asked, "What is this guy, an evangelical wrestler or some shit?" That's not bad.
Wow.
That is not bad.
You should show him Bo Dallas's early entrances where he's like, "You gotta believe."
That's true.
9 bears and a Bloody Mary.
I was stoked that Omaha actually got a show that was worth a damn. Living here most of my life, we usually get filler shows. but it was way better than I expected. What cities do you think usually get the best shows? Chicago immediately
Philly.
jumps to mind. Philly, New York.
Yeah.
Yep.
Houston, we usually don't. We got a great moment when Kevin Owens won the Universal title
we got
back
a
in
good
2016. We got a good Rumble, yeah. But
Our last Mania had Shawn Taker.
yeah, you mean
Our
15
last
years
Mania
ago?
was forever ago. We got Vince coming out and
Oh, that's true.
saying the famous line.
That was just one little thing.
Yep.
Right. Let's see. We've got Pop Culture Junkie. Oh, look, WWE has a Samoan wrestler holding a world title. They don't exactly have the promo skills or in-ring talent to deserve, while all the actual stars are busy running circles to make them look legit. Huh. Where have we seen that playbook before? Feels oddly familiar, doesn't it? Sure.
Yup.
Fair enough. Let's hope he's a transitional champion. You gotta, get this belt on Seth sooner than later.
Yeah.
Again, by SummerSlam, that'd be fine. 4
Yeah.
months for Jay, that's good enough.
Great.
Libel Chief, did you hear Duke the Dumpster got indicted for child sex exploitation?
What
I
the
did not.
fuck?
That's fucking crazy.
Wow.
Anyways, Pushfire Barry, regular child exploitation. 1, putting rights to Dom Mysterio up in a ladder match. 2, Braun winning the tag titles with the ref's kid at Mania.
Wow.
Man.
And 3, Connor's cure.
Oh, fuck.
They exploited
Push the
shit
ladder
out of Connor.
match. Push the ladder match.
I don't know. I kind of agree with. They exploited the fuck out of that kid for their
Oh no,
own-
I thought I was like, we were going with like Fire the worst one.
Oh, Dom for sure then.
Fire Connor's cure.
Yeah,
But
fire. Push Dom, Barry Braun winning.
God, that was
With a kid.
so. We were all. Remember our scorecards? Who's going to be Braun's tag partner? I don't fucking remember who we said, but obviously we had some exciting names, I'm sure.
Right.
Because it's a surprise at Mania.
It's gonna be one of you, little kids.
So fucking stupid.
Right. I think I had no one. I'm like, maybe he does it on his own.
And Braun tagged him in.
Yes.
He got in the ring.
Braun tagged him in.
Cesaro didn't know what to fucking do with
and then
it.
Cesaro's like, oh, and then the kid just tagged Braun back in and he beat both of them.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What is that?
One of the worst Mania matches of all time, if not the worst.
And he looked for someone for 20 minutes before they fought.
Yeah.
Right. Braun's like, and it's gonna be one of you kids. It was at this moment he knew he fucked up.
How many marks legit thought they had a shot?
Everyone, all of them.
All of us.
The ones
were
who
raising our
thought Cena
hands.
was really watching the show with them.
Yeah. The Josh Reese experienced. What wrestling moment that wasn't a death made you cry? For me, it was Eddie beating Brock for the WWE Championship. I mean, Shawn retiring. I did tear up on that.
Yeah.
That was tough.
I mean, the one that always comes to mind is just the I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you.
Yeah, that's true. Also, when CM Punk returned, when he first made his return at Collision, I was in the crowd going,
Is that going to be a new sound button?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. That guy.
He was just crying, going, like,
Right.
What are you going to touch him from where you are?
Yes.
What are you, Mr. Fantastic?
Queen Sheba kills. Is it just me, or did Jey Uso look like he was about to start bawling the entire time Heyman was giving his promo? Another reason not to take him seriously as champ. It did look weird.
It was weird.
Like maybe his eyes were sensitive to the light. I don't know. Looked like he was tearing up.
Who knows?
Josh's real girlfriend. I think Breaker got the message. He was less orange this week, but I think Paul Heyman found his stash.
He absorbed it.
Bronzer's one hell of a drug. Yeah.
Yep.
Vince McMahon's personal assistant. I think The Rock wants to retire John Cena. That would be fucking hilarious in the worst way possible.
Maybe I read it wrong. I just read, I think The Rock wants to retire, John Cena.
John Cena.
Right.
Koch, Fuck, Marry, Kill Blondes edition.
Oh.
Tiffany Stratton, Mariah May, Alexa Bliss. Just reverse it and marry Alexa, fuck Mariah, kill Stratton.
It's pretty obvious.
That's easy.
Yeah, that's fine.
Amraj, seeing as ducks were mentioned last week, I thought I'd bring it back for old time's sake with a current twist. Yeah, Raj, like you haven't done this like 4 weeks ago. Who wins between 100 Sugarland-sized ducks
That's big. Those are big ducks.
versus one Danny DeVito-sized gorilla?
Oh man, that's hard.
Yeah.
That's
Danny
it.
DeVito's like what, under 5 feet? Probably like 4'10" or
Let's
something.
call him just 5 foot. Let's just call him 5 foot.
5 feet
how-
of fury.
A 5 foot gorilla.
How thick are the ducks' necks?
They're, I mean, they're at least off the table here. I just saw one at Sweetwater this morning. Actually, it's like this.
So
That's gonna be hard.
gorillas are like 6'5", like at the tallest. So that's not even that much smaller, a 1.5 feet, or not even.
That's substantial.
All right,
I got the gorilla this time.
Yeah. Just grab a neck and.
I hear that the biggest
Right.
part of the biggest problem with the gorilla is he's going to get tired
Yeah.
right.
too quickly with any of these scenarios. I don't know. These ducks are coming at you.
I think what it comes down to
100
is
ducks.
If you have pocket sands.
I think what it comes down to is like
Shit on them.
is like if you get to choose the 100 people and then you're like, all right, SEAL Team 6, just a bunch of Navy SEALs that know what to do.
I'd go like 10
Or
of
if
them.
it's like 100 random, males,
Right.
They're probably gonna not do it. They're gonna run and scatter, and
For sure.
like,
Run away!
of course,
Yeah.
He's gonna get us.
yeah. Gabagool over here. Best dress should go to Roxanne this week. Andrew knows what's up. Hashtag Latinas for life.
Well, I picked
That was
I picked her.
the other Pisano this week.
It's true.
Damn right.
Anita Hardcock. Although AJ really struggles with his promo, do you think the Continental Championship is below him? Does he belong in mid-card or main event?
He's going to put Dom over.
He's gonna put Dom over, but he could win it. It's late, it's late in his career. He's retiring soon. He's never winning the world title again. Never. I'll take him as an IC champ, but again, I don't think it's happened.
Is this the one that he hasn't won yet thing?
I don't think he's won it. No, has he?
No, he won the U.S.
U.S.
Yeah.
He never won the IC.
I don't think so.
Not even like during COVID when everyone, like anyone could win anything.
Right.
I think Shinsuke Nakamura was hiding with it.
That's true. Andy Piccone, push fire Barry for Andrew.
Oh.
This might be the hardest decision I've ever had to make.
Oh God.
Blue hair, perfect feet, and small Latina women.
It's definitely
got
the
it.
hardest.
I got it. I think it's in. Well, good. You.
Wait, let us guess.
I'll
and then
just
we'll see
say
if it's
this.
right.
I'll just say this.
Right.
You know what's better? Like, it's really best when you get all three at the same time. Woo! I'll just say that.
That's all you're gonna say.
Okay. Fair enough.
I mean,
Fair enough.
I guess I would fire the blue hair.
Okay.
And then, like, what am I? So, like, if I just pick feet, it's just an average girl with perfect feet versus a small Latina woman.
Yeah.
I guess I'll push the Latina woman. Then.
I think you'd have to.
I think so.
Bury the feet. In my ball. I don't know.
AJ Styles has been Intercontinental Champion.
Okay, see, I thought I remembered that for a little bit.
One time.
Because he was like defending it on SmackDown. Yeah, I'm remembering this. He was like defending it on SmackDown every week instead of pay-per-views.
Okay.
And it was like during like, what was it, 2021? Something like that.
It didn't say, but yeah.
Andrew Sean Mark, what is the top 3 best asses in the game right now? Male or female, if you want. But I mean, no, let's do female. So Liv's got to be up there.
It was 2020, definitely during
2020. So yeah, COVID.
Yeah.
Defeated Daniel Bryan in a tournament.
Nice.
There you go. So yeah, top 3 best asses in the game. Liv Morgan's got to be there for sure.
Yeah.
Who else?
I'm putting Bailey on there.
Who's the NXT champion right now?
Stephanie Vicaire. Yes,
Yeah, yes.
absolutely.
That was
Yep.
insane.
Absolutely. Oh my God. And honestly, Rhea Ripley. Sure. I mean, lately she's been wrestling in bikinis
Yeah, basically.
and that ass. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. So there you go. Matt Taylor, why does Jey Uso always look like he's about to cry? It makes him look like a pussy. See? Everyone's feeling the same way about this guy. Get it off.
What are you, champion or
Yeah.
pussy?
All right. So we got to give our predictions for Backlash.
All right, here we go. Let's see. Let's see me retain.
All right.
Hashtag and still.
I mean, as far as like the matches go, It seems pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
So
pretty
it's
cut
not
and
going to
dry.
be that hard for you to retain.
Yeah.
All right, first match, we've got Gunther versus Pat McAfee.
Gunther.
I got Gunther with the sub.
Sub.
Gunther with a sub, of course. How many people interfere?
I'm going to say 0.
I'm going to say 2 with 1 being Michael Cole.
Okay. Then I've got 0. Does McAfee kick out of a powerbomb?
I'm going to say yeah.
I'm going to say no. He can't do that.
I'll
Because a lot of
say
people
yes.
haven't.
Oh, I'll say yes.
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
That's why he taps out.
And then does Michael Cole get involved?
I'm going to say no because he does the commentary for all these shows. If you get involved and then
He has to throw him a chair
but
or something.
There'll be 2 other people on commentary.
Yeah.
You know, I think he does.
I think he's
I got no.
suspended.
It's what this whole thing is for.
I think he's in a shark cage.
He should
before
be.
this is all said and
right,
done.
bring back the glass box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then we've got Lyra Valkyria defending the IC title against Becky.
Becky.
I've got Becky with a pin.
Pin.
Yeah, Becky with a pin. How many people interfere?
0.
0. Does Lyra kick out of the manhandle slam?
I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say yes, that they're going to give her that because she's going to lose the strap.
Yeah, I'll say yes. And then does Becky kick out of the Nightwing?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, as well. All right, then we've got Jacob Fatu defending the United States Championship in a fatal 4-way against LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre.
Yep.
This one, I think this could be where Solo screws him over accidentally.
He just won it, though.
I
Yeah,
know,
he's
but
not
then they
losing
got to go down that road.
He's going to fight him for it.
Probably. I have Fatu. I'm just
Yeah.
worried that might be like
I've
Drew.
got Fatu pinning
Yeah,
Knight.
Yeah, I've got Fatu as well, pinning Knight.
I have him pinning Priest,
Okay.
Yeah, I was going back and forth between Knight and Priest.
of course.
Yeah.
And I couldn't, and I was like, well, he's already pinned Knight, so I guess one more time.
Right.
I don't know. That was my logic there.
And I could see them running back Drew and Priest again.
Yeah.
So
No. How many people interfere?
I got 1.
1.
Solo? Yeah. How many Claymores?
2.
2.
3.
Okay.
How many BFTs?
1.
2.
2.
3.
How many South of Heaven choke slams?
1.
2.
2. And then how many Fatu moonsaults?
I think he just hits 1.
Oh, sorry.
I think he just hits 1 at the end.
I have 3.
No way. It's too many.
2.
Pins get broken up.
I've got 2, yeah. Then we got Jey Uso defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Logan Paul.
I've got Jay with a pin.
Jey with a pin.
Same.
All right. How many people interfere?
I put 0.
One of Logan Paul's jabronis will be there.
Of course. Always one Logan Paul friend.
Yeah.
Does Paul kick out of an Uso splash?
Yes.
I'm going to say no. You can't just have everyone kicking out of every finisher all the time. I'm going to say no here.
All right.
I put
But-
yes. Everyone
yeah.
kicks out of the Uso splash. I almost
and
put,
Jay does the spear.
I almost put how many does he kick out of?
Yeah.
That would have been funny.
Yeah. Does Jay kick out of the pulverizer?
I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say yes there. That's Jay's little moment.
I will say no. I think they're trying to put that move over.
Yeah.
And then does Logan hit Jay with the brass knucks?
No.
I think he misses. Maybe he swings at him and misses.
I'm going to say yes.
It's hard to come back from that, though, if he connects.
Yeah.
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
I think someone has kicked out of it. Or he could put his foot on the rope.
Well, he's a big
whatever.
dumb idiot, which means you can't hurt his head, right?
Exactly.
When you're a dumb champion.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Then John Cena defends the undisputed WWE Championship against Randy Orton. We all have John Cena.
Yep.
Yep.
John Cena with a pin.
Yep.
Yep.
How many people interfere? 0?
0.
I want to say 0. You never know, but probably 0.
Could be our truth. You never know.
Yeah, right?
Right.
All right. How many AAs does Orton kick out of?
I'm going to put 1.
I'm going to say 2.
3.
All right.
Kicks
think-
out of 3?
I think he does 2 in a row. You know, one of those, and then
That's kicking out of 1, though.
no, that's 2. We've done this before. It's 2. Then how many RKO's does Cena kick out of?
1.
I put 0.
They protect that move, so
I
can
put
see him doing
1, but I could see him doing a foot on the rope thing as well.
Right, something like that. It won't be a kick out.
Does Orton hit an AA?
No.
Eric, it's your turn.
Yeah. I put no.
All right, I've got yes. Or the AA, sorry, no. And then does Cena hit an RKO?
I put no.
I put no.
I put yes.
He does the stunner thing off the ropes.
He's done an RKO before to Orton.
I know. That's
I think
why.
this match is going to be callback mania.
Could
That's,
be.
You know what I mean?
I mean, if it is, I'm the way I see it is like how he fought Cody, playing it too safe, you know?
well, at least obviously they're still going to do RKOs and AA. And then over under 25 minutes.
I got over. Or I'm sorry, under.
Under. Yeah, all right. And then surprise appearance.
I put nothing.
I put Bailey. I don't know. Like Becky talked a lot of shit about Bailey.
Bailey's been out a couple weeks.
He's on
before
it's an
Mania.
injury angle.
We're on another pay-per-view.
It's an injury angle.
She's been gone weeks.
Yeah. You're just upset because you didn't think of it.
No, I thought of it. I'm like, no, it hasn't been long
Here,
enough.
write your
Okay,
fucking.
so then we're wrong, Eric. You
write
get the
your
point.
fucking
Get
one
your
in there.
point. We're
Write
going to be
your one in
wrong.
there.
I don't think
Don't
she's
tell me what
showing
to
up,
do.
but we put a name.
I'll write it when I want to.
It's worth the risk. It's worth the gamble.
Risk it for the biscuit?
Yeah, I love that. What's the opening match?
WHC.
Yeah.
Jay versus Paul. Yep. Same. Main event, Cena Orton.
Yep.
Of course. What else? How many times does an announce table break?
I'm going to say one.
One probably in the Gunther match.
Yeah, I got one. And then Lock of the Century.
Cena.
I got Jey Uso.
Sure.
Okay.
I think maybe there's a chance like Cena does what you said and gets DQ'd.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. Yeah,
That'd be fun.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I got Jay.
But then
with
they got to
the-
run it back. But what? What's the next pay-per-view? Money in the
It's
Bank?
Money in
Money
the
in
Bank, right?
In LA. Yeah.
Yeah. So that could happen.
That's as much as I want that to be Punk, he's in deep with Seth and on the wrong show. So yeah, I guess it's not happening. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
All right, that's all for predictions. So make sure you subscribe to the podcast. We're also doing Dark Side of the Ring on Hollywood Hogwash, our other podcast. So go subscribe there as well. Follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Wrong Wrestling. Get a t-shirt or hat at prowrestlingtees.com/What's Wrong with Wrestling. And join patreon.com/What's Wrong with Wrestling for the Backlash recap coming this Saturday night.
I don't want Punk to have another title shot unless he's winning it. I want his next title shot to be a fucking W.
Fair enough.
I'll wait till Mania.
You fucking mark!
What's wrong with wrestling? What's wrong with wrestling? So much wrong